guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am excited because it is capsule wardrobe time, and if you're not familiar already with my capsule wardrobes, I put each capsule together at the beginning of a new season, so spring, summer, autumn and winter. And I do get a lot of questions about this because obviously the point of a capsule wardrobe is having less items and replacing them less frequently. So when I do put together new capsule wardrobes, I am not buying new items to fill each capsule each time. I'm actually mixing and matching from clothes I own already and incorporating a few new items where I need them or where I need to replace other things. So even though it looks like each season I have 30 to 40 new pieces, it's not the case. It's just that it's a really nice way, I think, to refresh your wardrobe, to keep things feeling new and exciting. When you put something away for 6 months and get it out again, it's like it's got a new lease on life and it helps you feel refreshed too. Something I struggle with is having the same wardrobe for too long. So that's, I guess, the way that I've combated that problem is by refreshing each season. And I've also been making more of an effort to include sustainable and ethical brands whenever I introduce something new into my wardrobe. So I will point those out as we go along. And yeah, I guess first of all, my planning process for each new capsule is usually starts on Pinterest, where I will start a board particularly for that capsule and pin everything I'm loving at the moment, and from that I really get my base of what I want the look and feel of my capsule to be, which essentially each season is very similar because I'm going from my own personal style and taste, but it might just incorporate maybe a bit more of one color or a new pattern, or a new silhouette that I've wanted to try. Something that I've found really helpful with capsules is you learn really quickly what you do love and what you don't end up wearing. So it becomes obvious, like, okay, I'm not gonna buy that thing again because I know I didn't wear it, because I can see everything in my wardrobe every single day and I know that that one didn't move. So I guess on the flip side, you also see the stuff you love and that you wear over and over again, so you know the types of items that are worth investing in. For this capsule, I wanted to incorporate a few things that I haven't in the past. I am a jeans addict, so I really have been trying to break that habit a little bit, and this capsule I'm incorporating some tailored pants, but they are linen and loose, sort of a looser fit, so they still go with my comfy vibe and feeling that I like to have. And then I am also including another more tailored piece, which is actually this shirt, because a lot of my tops are also very casual, and I guess I just wanted to incorporate some pieces that made my wardrobe a little bit more versatile for different types of occasions, like casual versus more formal. My color palette is very similar to what it always is, but a bit more of a spring twist, so a bit more pastel-y than you would say find in my autumn and winter wardrobes. Some more floral patterns, and my palette kind of ranges from blushes to really slight purpley colors and a bit of blue with the denim and white. And actually I have finally gotten rid of all the black in my wardrobe because I just found that I wasn't wearing any of the black pieces I had, so I decided to phase those out. Okay, so now I want to show you the items I've included and give you a little bit of reasoning why I've done that. So first of all, spring and autumn are always a bit tricky because they're very transitional, so the beginning of the season is very different to the end of the season in terms of weather and temperature. So I have my heavier winter items, but I'd keep them to a minimum, and then my lighter summer items, again keeping those to the minimum and really sticking more in the middle of maybe long sleeve but a bit more lightweight and different layers that I can use for different weathers. So first of all, I have my short sleeve shirts. So I only have one cami because I know that that's really summery and may not get worn so much. I've got this beautiful tunic, which is a new piece, and it's by a brand called Arnhem, and they do some really amazing things with sustainability and ethical practices. That's why I chose this one, and I know I love this cut of shirt and it will be in my wardrobe for years. I've always wanted to invest in a really well-fitting, more, I guess, versatile color and pattern. So I finally done that, which I'm really excited about. And then I have my basics, which I love, which is what I wear most of the time. So I have 3 tees. I always include a white one, and then I have a plain color, and then a pattern, so it's just a simple stripe. So these are, the white tee is Everlane, which is another sustainable brand I really love and support. And then I've got something from ASOS and Selected Femme. So ASOS does have an eco range that you can shop from, which is really cool. And Selected Femme source their cottons organically. That is why I like them. And they're just really good basics. They fit really nicely and they're not super expensive. Actually, they're quite affordable. And then I have this more of a feature short sleeve. It is a heavier knit, so it's not great in summer, but it's really great for autumn and spring, those in-between seasons. And then I have my long sleeve. So the shirt I'm wearing is by a brand called Marimekko, and I actually had the honor of getting a factory tour when I was in Helsinki last week. So I got to see where the fabric is printed and where the designers create the new collections, which is really cool because actually about 60% of their production is done in Helsinki, which is quite unique in the clothing industry. A lot of the manufacturing is in countries like Bangladesh and China. So that was really nice to see. It was really cool to speak to them about the sustainability practices that they currently have and their future plans. And this is actually the first time I've ever invested in a real silk shirt. So it was an investment and I do plan to keep it for a very long time. One of the great things about Marimekko is they make their clothes to last. And so this one is a really cute floral pattern, which is very me, but I also feel like it's pretty neutral and won't be something I get sick of. And then I have my casual long sleeve, so again another white Everlane. And then I have this same cut because I really like the boxy cut because I hate things touching my armpits. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate it. So I always like to have like a little bit of room to move. And then this one is an old favorite that I just love. It's got little ruffle details on the sleeves. It's a really nice fit. It doesn't touch my armpits, so that's a win. And yeah, so they're the basics. And then for dresses, I actually have 3. I do love a good dress. And this one here is by a brand called Rowie, and they are another really lovely sustainable and ethical brand. I just thought this is really beautiful and versatile. You can wear it tied or not, and it has a totally different look. And then again, you can tie this top bit up or you can leave it open, and it's a really neutral basic color that can be dressed up or down. And for colder days, I would wear tights underneath and like a singlet underneath. And then when it starts to warm up, I can just wear it as a dress, and it will definitely come into my summer capsule. And then this one here, which is familiar because it is coming through from my winter capsule, And again, another really lovely brand called Matula, and they hand make their items in Lithuania, and love that it has pockets. Like a dress that has pockets always is going to get my vote. And this is a beautiful linen. It's a little bit heavier, so I think that's nice for in between seasons like spring and autumn, where you need a little bit more warmth. And it works really well with tights underneath too. And then this one here is my full length dress for this capsule. This one's by August, and again, they're a really lovely, sustainable and ethical brand, and I will definitely be taking this through to my summer capsule, but I think it will look really cute with a white tee underneath for cooler days in spring, and then obviously as it warms up I can wear it just as it is. And I know I should mention I'm also showing you some really nice brands you can buy from new, but the most sustainable option and the most ethical, I guess the best option for the planet is buying secondhand or making your own clothes. So that is something I'm going to make more of an effort to do in the future. It's also a really affordable way to make your wardrobe a bit more ethical, because I know and I understand a lot of these brands do have a premium price tag, and that is a shame that it's like that at the moment, and I'm hoping that in the future we'll see more and more brands converting over to more sustainable, ethical practices with a lower price point. So then I have skirts. So this one here is by a brand called Son de Fleur, and they also are very sustainable and ethical, and all their pieces are handmade. And this one's kind of a heavier linen, which again is really nice. Also has pockets, really nice for those in-between seasons because it's a bit heavier. And this skirt here is one of my all-time favorites. It's like all over my Instagram, and actually I think it's one of the pieces that's in every single capsule I've ever done. It's just a really beautiful, neutral, a nice fit, a nice weight. It looks great with tights underneath for colder days. Okay, so then I have my pants. So as I mentioned, yes, I'm a jeans addict. So I have my skinny jeans. I have these ones with a bit of a fray detail just for something different. I am currently wearing my favorite mom jeans, which have also been in most of my capsules. I'm still waiting on the tailored pants I mentioned, so I'll be sure to show you those some other time. And then I have my Lucy and Yak dungarees. Lucy and Yak is a really cool brand that I absolutely love. These are actually made of organic corduroy and are great for layering or just wearing as they are with a white tee. For shorts, because spring isn't always shorts and t-shirt weather, I've just included my favorite denim shorts and this pair of linen shorts, because I don't know actually, depending on the weather, how much I'll get to wear those. Then I have my light cover-ups on layers. So I have this basic sweater here, which is by Armed Angels, another really amazing brand for sustainability and ethical practices. And then I have this cardigan. It's new, as you can see. I have struggled for years and years to find something so simple and basic in a color I really like. It's actually merino wool, so it's gonna be warm enough, but it's still nice and thin, and I think that's really key for traveling as well. A lot of cardigans I find they're so bulky, they just take up my whole suitcase. So this one I'm really happy with and excited to have finally found the cardigan I've been looking for what feels like years now. And then I have some heavier layers. Oh, first actually, heavier layers with sweaters. So Something I like to do with my sweaters is include multiple tones, so they're a bit more exciting but also really easy to mix and match with everything else in my wardrobe. This one is an old favorite, and these two have come through from my winter capsule. This is my favorite fluffy white sweater. I love it because the fluff doesn't come off like it does on a lot of these kinds, and it's just so cozy. One of those pieces I always feel good wearing. And my favorite multi sweater, which has been in a lot of my capsules, and again I just love how versatile it is, and it's also super cozy. Something to note that, you know, some of these brands, this one's actually H&M, which I probably now wouldn't choose to shop with, but another thing to remember is that if you are trying to transition to an ethical, sustainable wardrobe, one of the most sustainable things you can do is use what you already have. So it doesn't matter if you may not necessarily purchase that brand anymore, it's still better to use up what you've already got rather than send it to landfill, or, you know, ideally you would recycle it, upcycle it, give it to a second-hand shop, but you still never really know where it's going to end up. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. And then I have heavier layers, so one of my favorite denim jackets, which is an ASOS one. My teddy jacket, which is a really nice neutral colour, bit of a shorter cut for a coat. And my blush wool coat, which is super duper versatile, and I've really loved wearing this winter. I have also included in this capsule my Everlane puffer and my black. My Everlane puffer is like a kind of brick red color, and then I have a black long puffer, and they're just like my heavy one end of the scale jackets that will take me from the cooler beginning of the month into the rest of the month. And then I have my shoes. So I have 6 pairs of shoes in this capsule. Again, when we're in a transitional season, it's a bit tricky. So I've got my sandals. I always include a pair of comfy shoes, and Birkenstocks are one of my favorites. And then some strappier sandals, whoops, for when it gets really summery. I have high hopes that it will happen. And then I have my favorite white sneakers. I think white sneakers are always a good idea. And these ones are by a brand called BOHO, and they're probably one of the most sustainable and ethical brands you'll find in the footwear industry. They're very transparent about their materials, where they're sourced from, and how they're manufactured, which is really cool. And then I have some heavier boots. So I have my Blundstones, which I love and which go with like everything, and my Timberlands. Timberland also have a really great sustainability policy, so that's nice to know. I think it's also easy to assume that a lot of bigger brands are not doing the right thing without actually looking into it. So that's what I like to do when I'm looking for something new. You never know until you really look into it what those brands are doing, how they're manufacturing and what materials they're using. So that's good to know. And then I also have another pair of quite heavy winter boots, which are my Panama Jacks, and I'm hoping that I don't have to wear those too much in spring. So that is my spring capsule wardrobe. I hope that was interesting and helpful if you're trying to put together your own capsule. I think this is my second full year of doing capsule wardrobes, so it's really nice to know that in the beginning it kind of feels a bit overwhelming, and you know it takes a bit more time to put your capsules together, but once you're in a rhythm with it, and once you've really distill it down to your very favorite pieces, it's much easier to transition to the next season and to know what you're gonna love, and to also understand what's worth investing in. So I'm a big believer in quality over quantity. If you can only afford to invest in one new piece, then that's all you do, and keep saving for those items that you know are gonna last you for years, rather than splurging on a bunch of cheap stuff because it's cheap, or because it's on sale, or because you just feel like shopping. And you know, I'm guilty of having done that in the past, and that's, I think, one of the reasons I ended up doing my capsule, is because I just realized how bad my shopping habits were and how actually addicted to shopping I was. And again, with the capsule wardrobe, those are feelings that over time will start to fade away, and you won't have those urges to shop, or you won't be tempted just because something's on sale. If you do have any questions, please ask below, give this video a like, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any future capsule wardrobe video. Until next time, bye guys!